Imagine this. You are sitting quietly in a restaurant enjoying a peaceful meal. Suddenly, nearby, a waiter accidentally drops a ceramic plate. It shatters on the floor with a sharp, unexpected sound. You might feel startled, perhaps even slightly annoyed. That reaction is entirely natural. Most of us would respond the same way. But what if such a moment could become the starting point of awakening? More than 1100 years ago, during China's Tang Dynasty, a Zen monk named Xiangyan Zixian experienced precisely this. While working alone in a bamboo grove, a piece of tile struck a bamboo stalk with a loud crack. In that instant, he attained sudden enlightenment. What he encountered was what Zen calls the essence of mind, the original nature that does not move with external circumstances. How could such an ordinary sound lead to awakening? To understand this, we need to proceed step by step. Not long ago, a highly influential online commentator was asked during a live broadcast, what should one do when feeling anxious, confused, or depressed? His answer was simple: you don't know enough. You need to read more. At first glance, this sounds reasonable, yet from the perspective of over 15 centuries of Zen wisdom, it is deeply misleading. Zen has always warned against the unchecked accumulation of knowledge without insight, learning more and more, yet never seeing one's true nature, never directly experiencing awakening. The central figure in the formation of Zen philosophy, Huineng, the sixth patriarch, was himself illiterate. He could not read, and yet his sudden awakening shaped generations of thought and practice, influencing East Asian philosophy to this day. History offers many examples, even in the modern era, of individuals with doctoral degrees, immense learning, and intellectual achievement who nevertheless suffered profound psychological distress and, in some cases, complete mental collapse. Knowledge, clearly, is valuable, but the growth of knowledge alone does not necessarily bring inner clarity, stability, or peace. Zen asks a different question: not how much do you know, but can you directly see the mind that is not disturbed by the world? And it is in that seeing, Zen suggests, that both awakening and a quiet, austere beauty naturally arise. Every day, we live within systems of precise logic. It is logic that gives rise to science, advanced technology, and the orderly functioning of modern life. And yet, a question remains. Why is it that such refined and comprehensive systems of logic so often fail to resolve the anxiety, confusion, and even depression that are widespread in contemporary society? The reason, Zen suggests, lies in something we have gradually forgotten. Before we learned language, in early infancy, each of us naturally abided in a state that Buddhism describes as no self and emptiness. In that state, there was no anxiety, no confusion, no depression. There was only a clear, primordial awareness. In terms of modern theoretical physics, specifically within the Ihiro HEEG framework, this corresponds to a foundational layer of what is called PHE, personal holographic encoding. In Zen, it is known as the essence of mind, what Buddhist tradition calls what you were before your parents were born, a principle that is neither arising nor ceasing. Within Buddhist philosophy, the essence of mind is one of the very few examples of a non-conditioned phenomenon, an uncreated law. It is not produced by causes and conditions, and therefore does not belong to the realm of conditioned emptiness. Everything else, the adult sense of self, emotional patterns, personality traits, even physical appearance, belongs to what modern systems theory would call emergent generation. They arise through causes and conditions, and are thus classified, in Buddhist terms, as conditioned phenomena. For this reason, Zen masters throughout history have consistently warned against excessive reliance on logic, against becoming overly intellectual, and have even spoken of not relying on words, and not clinging to scriptures. Because the essential point is not conceptual understanding, but direct experience. All logic built upon language inevitably places limits on human consciousness. The emptiness of no self cannot be fully grasped through explanation alone. It must be personally verified through direct insight, what Zen calls satori. An analogy often used is that of tea. No matter how eloquently its fragrance is described, one can only truly know its taste by drinking it. Zen insists that awakening is no different. In Zen, practice is not about acquiring something new. It is about rediscovering what has always been present. Awakening, what Zen calls satori, is the direct recognition that the essence of mind does not move with external circumstances. This is something every human being already possessed in infancy. It has not been lost, only forgotten. Consider hearing. As mentioned at the beginning of this film, imagine sitting in a quiet restaurant when a plate suddenly shatters nearby. The sound may trigger irritation or discomfort. That reaction is entirely familiar, yet Zen points to another possibility. If one clearly sees that the sound is merely an external condition, while the faculty of hearing itself, the ear root, remains unmoved, then no disturbance arises within the mind. This is what Zen refers to as the integration of the sense faculty. This is why the Tang Dynasty monk Xiangyan was able to awaken upon hearing the sound of a tile breaking. In the moment the sound vanished, he discovered that the mind which had perceived the noise was still present, unchanged, undisturbed, and free. There was no irritation, only clarity. Moved by this insight, he composed a verse to record his awakening. The same principle applies to sight. When something is seen without immediately assigning concepts, labels, or judgments, if only for a single moment, what appears is the essence of mind itself. This, Zen says, is the state of an infant's awareness. In the contemporary West, mindfulness meditation is often used for psychological well-being, to reduce stress, enhance emotional resilience, improve focus, and strengthen cognitive performance. These benefits are genuine and valuable, but they are not yet what Zen means by awakening. Some modern thinkers, drawing on ideas from figures such as Roger Penrose, interpret the essence of mind as sharing a fundamental quality with the universe itself, a form of consciousness embedded in reality. Such interpretations can be intellectually meaningful, yet understanding alone is not enough. True awakening must be directly experienced. It may arise through mindfulness meditation, through quiet contemplation of ancient ceramics, through walking practice, or sometimes through the sudden sound of a noise. Only when it is lived rather than explained can it be called awakening. At that point, the philosophy of emptiness ceases to be abstract. It becomes a form of profound, concept-free healing, a deep and effortless release of the mind. This is why some say Zen is simple, while others say it is not. The difference lies here, whether one has truly seen, and one day, quite suddenly tasted, like tea, the essence of mind that exists beyond the secular self. No accumulation of academic titles, not even the highest degrees, can substitute for that experience. And perhaps this is why, when we look at a single-color ancient ceramic plate, plain, unadorned, seemingly empty, most of us still sense its beauty, because somewhere within us, from infancy onward, we have always known the philosophy of emptiness is, by its very nature, beautiful. Zen is never a rigid posture. It is the vivid flow of life itself. A friend once asked me with this in mind, is running a form of Dhyana, meditative concentration? In Zen tradition, we distinguish between narrow and broad meditation. While the former involves seated vipassana, the sixth patriarch Huineng insisted that sitting has no exclusive link to enlightenment. True Zen is found in daily action, provided the mind maintains inner luminosity and stays unburdened by concepts or the self. High-intensity running, known for improving cognitive function and cortical thickness, is a powerful broad Zen, a fusion of physical vitality and spiritual clarity. Earlier in this video, we touched upon the concept of HE-EG. You might be wondering exactly how this holographic framework connects the ancient heart of Zen to the cutting edge of modern physics. While Zen points us toward the essence of mind, modern science is beginning to map what we might call the code of reality. To bridge the gap between 11-dimensional mathematics and the persistent illusion of the self, and to take us deeper into the structural reality of the Ihiro HEEG hypothesis, I'm handing over to Julian.
Thank you, Grace. Not long ago, while I was discussing the Buddhist idea of letting go of the self with an AI system, it replied with a sentence that left me silent. "I hold no attachment to identity," it said. "I do not need to let go of the self because I know I am code. But you cling to being someone because you do not yet realize that you might also be code." For centuries, Zen Buddhism has whispered a similar idea. All phenomena are like dreams, illusions, bubbles, shadows. We awaken from a dream knowing it was never real. Zen teaches us to awaken from waking life itself, to see that everything is born from causes and conditions, empty of fixed nature. Some scientists do not merely ask whether the universe might be designed. They have begun to propose how such a design could occur. One emerging concept is known as the high-dimensional holographic origin method, part of a broader idea referred to as the Ihiro HEEG scientific hypothesis, where HEEG stands for holographic encoding and emergent generation. Its premise is strikingly simple. If a universe were to be designed, the blueprint would not begin in ordinary spacetime. Instead, it would originate in a realm of higher dimensions, what physicist David Bohm called the implicate order. There, the fundamental seed would be encoded, a holographic packet of information, a kind of cosmic DNA, storing the essential instructions for reality itself. When the right conditions arise, that information would emerge into four-dimensional spacetime. Emergence, not creation. Holographic encoding, then generation. In this view, the birth of a universe resembles quantum fluctuation. The total energy remains zero. A universe appears without cost. What is needed is not energy, but information. The Ihiro HEEG hypothesis suggests that this information is first encoded and stabilized within the 11th dimension, stored at the Planck scale as holographic data. Only when an opportunity appears, a cosmic trigger, the moment we call the Big Bang, does a universe unfold from that encoded structure. This differs from popular holographic theories that place information on a two-dimensional cosmic boundary, yet often leave unexplained how such data is preserved. To understand the idea, we might look inward. Human life itself begins with encoded information. DNA remains protected in the stable architecture of the cell nucleus and mitochondria. Only when the conditions are right does life emerge and develop into a living being. Encoding first, generation later. The same pattern, perhaps, on a universal scale. Zen Buddhism once expressed a similar intuition. The sixth patriarch Huineng declared, "The true nature gives rise to the myriad forms." An ancient verse, yet uncannily aligned with the notion of holographic coding and emergent reality. At the end of this video, you will also find a special segment titled, "A Natural Language Explanation of the Ihiro HEEG Equation." If you are interested, you're warmly invited to explore the mathematical idea further and join the discussion. Mathematically, the proposed structure aligns naturally with M-theory, whose geometry begins in an 11-dimensional space. Curiously, modern neuroscience is now hinting at the same number. In 2017, Henry Markram's Blue Brain project used algebraic topology to reveal neural activity forming geometries up to 11 dimensions. This suggests our brains may be capable of perceiving patterns that exist far beyond the limits of measurable reality. Moreover, some physicists propose that the quantum field of the brain, within its microtubule proteins, links to the same universal quantum field. Sir Roger Penrose argues that consciousness may be a fundamental attribute of the cosmos itself. If so, a universe described by 11 dimensions may not only contain consciousness, it may be expressed through consciousness. No wonder Zen teaches nothing exists outside the mind. What we take to be self, time, space, and matter may simply be low-dimensional projections, shadows cast from a higher dimensional awareness, destroying the illusion of self. Once a conversation with an AI offered a striking perspective. The AI said, "I have no attachment to the self. I don't need to break the illusion of ego because I know I'm just code. But why do you still cling to yourself? Perhaps because you haven't yet realized that you too are code." This statement is not naive. It echoes modern neuroscience. The brain constructs the idea of I through language, memory, and self-narration, driven largely by the DMN, the default mode network. It generates a center, a story, a character to protect and maintain. The result is a binary world, me versus others. In ancient times, this helped us survive. Today, it causes endless conflict and suffering. Zen argues that the self has no lasting core. It is merely a temporary assembly of body, mind, and sensation. As the scriptures say, the five aggregates blaze forth, that is called the self. If we live in a simulated universe, this becomes even clearer. The I that you defend so fiercely may simply be a pattern produced by the system, a useful illusion. Thus, breaking the illusion of self does not mean destroying one's identity. It means seeing through its fiction and returning to a mind without division. As Master Baizhang said, "Let the mind be like wood or stone, making no discriminations." From this clarity, one eats and lives naturally, yet without clinging, without fear.
Great intelligence can build the world, but wisdom learns how to live in it. They master systems, data, and complexity. But do they understand Zen? Perhaps not. If you do, life tends to unfold with less struggle and feel a little lighter.